Hey everybody, glad you could join us today. We're going to be talking about Outlook 2016 or Outlook in general and some things that we can do to kind of be able to be a little bit more efficient with it, some new tools that are in the 2016 version that helps out a bit. And we really want this to be an interactive session. So if you have any questions, on the right of your screen, you should see a chat session there. You can ask any questions on there. We can stop even if you have something within your Outlook that you want, some a little bit more information on. You want to be able to show your Outlook. I can do that as well. I've got a set of slides I'm going to go through as well. But if at any point you have any questions or want me to stop and kind of go back over anything, want to interject at all, please don't hesitate. Happy to make this an interactive session so we make sure everybody gets the most out of it as possible. So with that, I will go ahead and start on the slideshow. And then kind of like I say, as we get going here, feel free to jump in at any point. Probably see the name on the screen is Ryan McFadden. It's not that Ryan got way better looking overnight, but I'm just using his account. So that's why you see me, but you see Ryan's name. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to screen share the presentation here. All right, so you should be seeing now the presentation, the Microsoft Outlook 2016. And we'll go ahead and start working through that. Give me 1 second here. Computer's running just a touch slow here. All right. So first of all, a little bit about me. I am the Vice President of Sales and Technology at Vision Computer Solutions. I've been in the IT industry really with a small, medium business focus for over 17 years now. Held many roles throughout that time, anything from technical, consultation, sales, leadership, and so on. Basically, at Vision Computer Solutions here, I've held just about every role other than on the marketing side or on the finance side. So I've been here for a while, been with Vision Computer Solutions now for 13 years, actually as of this month. And we here at Vision Computer Solutions have been in business since 1995. Our focus has always been on the small, medium business market. And we are a Microsoft partner as well as a Dell and SonicWall partner and a Datto partner. And we're really proud. Last year, we were recognized on the MSP Mentor 501 list, which is a list of the top 501 managed service providers, which is what our business is in the entire country. So we're really proud of that. We're hoping to make that list again this year. But we are working hard to try to do that. So what we're going to do today is talk about some of the Outlook 2016 tips, and then we'll go into some of the features that have been there even prior to 2016 that a lot of people maybe don't use as much as they could to kind of help them save some time. But there's 4 key features that are new in Outlook 2016. That's the Tell Me box, the Smart Lookup, the Clutter tool, and then the new way of attaching files, which is my personal favorite. So we'll go ahead and get started here looking at the Tell Me box. And effectively what this is, as you go through different versions of any of the Microsoft tools or Office suite, but in this instance, we're talking about Outlook, things tend to move around as far as what tools, where tools are. So they added this Tell Me box, which allows you to just up on the top of your screen, go right in there and start typing whatever it is that you're looking for. So in the description or in the example that they've got here, the user's looking for their reading pane. They want to make a change to whether it's on the right side, they want it on the bottom, they want to just turn it off. So instead of having to go through the different tabs along the top there and find where that reading pane is, you're able to just simply start typing what it is you're looking for. So in this instance, they start typing reading, and you can see it starts to populate the different options. And the first one of which here is reading pane, and then from there you're able to make whatever changes you want. So it's just a very quick way to get into the different function tools that you have to be able to make changes. Another example that they've got here is the user wants to print, And instead of having to go to file, going down to the print, and going through that whole set of steps, they're able to just come up to the top here, type print, and then just click it right here. So it's really meant to just be a quick way to help you find stuff without having to relearn Outlook, or and you'll see the same functionality in Word, Excel, really throughout the entire Office suite. So it helps you to be able to kind of go to the latest version without having to worry about that time that it takes to get used to the latest version and figure out where they move stuff and what functions are still there and all of that. So you're able to just quickly find what it is that you're looking for. The next one we're going to talk about here is the Smart Lookup. And what this is meant to be able to do is to help you to quickly, whether you want to fact check or you want to bring information into your document that you're working on, your email that you're working on, you're able to just pick a term and you can just right click it and say Smart Lookup, or you can use that tell me box again and start typing what it is that you want to look up, and the option on the bottom will always be a Smart Lookup. From there, it's actually going to go out and do a Bing search of whatever term you've picked, and it'll give you the top results, whether it's web searches, Wikipedia sites, definitions, whatever it is that you're looking for. So it's meant to be able to bring in and be able to explore the terms that are in your documents. You simply highlight the term, search it, and then it's going to bring it right into the environment that you're already working in. So you don't have to go outside of your email message, go into an internet browser and search for whatever it is that you're looking for. You're able to do it all right from within Outlook there. So another quick, easy way to just get information right there at your fingertips. The Clutter Box is one of the new things in 2016 as well. And what this is meant to do is it's kind of meant to be a middle point between your inbox and your junk mailbox. So your clutter is stuff that you do want to see eventually, but you don't need to see it right now. So it's not high priority. It's not important that you see it right now, but you don't want to lose it either. You don't want it to end up in your deleted items. You don't want it to end up in your junk. So you're able to kind of teach it as you go too. As you move stuff over to clutter, it will learn what types of things that you're moving over and start automatically doing that as well. Or you can manually tell it to just move stuff over as well. So what I like to use this for, in fact, I'll switch real quick over to my other screen here. Actually, I'll just drag my Outlook over is what I'll do. So this is my Outlook here, and once my computer catches up with me here, you can see if I click over to my clutter, it's going to be stuff for the most part that I want to see eventually, but that isn't real important to me right now. Like right now, I'm in the process of planning a trip. Next week, I'm going to be out in Seattle. And so, I've got my Marriott information here, my hot wire for one of the other hotels that I booked, and so on. So you can see this is stuff that I care about, but it's not stuff that needs to be right in front of my face. And the whole idea behind this is so that your inbox contains just the stuff that you care about, that you really want to be seeing as soon as it comes in, type of thing. So it helps you to kind of stay on top of your email a little bit better without getting through all of that clutter. So my inbox tends to be more just the stuff that I want to be able to see, I want to be able to react to, and it helps me to be a lot quicker with my email because it's only containing the stuff that I want to be able to see. So I really like the Clutter Box. And then we'll move on, if my computer lets me move here, okay, to my favorite feature in Outlook 2016, and this is just the new way of attaching documents. So what Microsoft kind of, I guess, realized is that majority of the time when you're attaching a document to an email, it's something that you've recently worked on. Usually you've opened it to check to make sure it is what you want to send, or you've opened it to edit it, or you just created it, whatever it is. So what they've done now is they've added a drop down to the attached files, like you can see right here. And when you click it, it's your top, I believe it's 20 most recent documents that you've interacted with, that you've opened, that you've edited, whatever it is. So it makes the process of attaching a file much, much quicker. So now when I'm going to go send an email, I'm going to attach a file, I'm able to just write my message, put whoever I want to send it to in the to, and then hit that drop down. And 9 times out of 10, if not more often, that the file that I want to send is right there in the drop down, and I'm able to just attach it. It saves me from having to, go through the search dialog and figure out where I put that file and so on, because I've got a few different spots where I tend to save stuff and I don't always remember where it was that I last saved it. So that really helps me out. That's my favorite thing. One of the other things I really like with how Outlook, since I believe 2010, I think it was, might have been 2013, but I think it was 2010. One of the big things I really like with how it handles attachments is if you are typing a message and you type, see the attached files, or anything along those lines in the body of the message that leads Outlook to think that there should be an attachment there. If there's not an attachment there, it's going to pop up with a little dialog box asking, basically saying, I think you meant to attach a file here. Is that what you wanted to do, or do you want to send it without it? I know personally that used to happen to me all the time, where I would send a message and then go, oh wait, I forgot to send them attach the attachment, or I'll get an email back. You said there was an attachment on here, but there's nothing. So that has saved myself a lot as far as reminding me that, hey, stupid, you're supposed to put an attachment on here. So I really like that. Between those two things, those are probably my two favorite new features that have come out over the past few years, I guess. But this one here, the attaching the files, having it right there as the drop down has been big for me. So we're going to go into kind of some more tips and tricks, and a lot of this stuff has been around since Outlook 2010, some of it since Outlook 2013. So if you're not on the latest version, the majority of this stuff you probably still do have access to. The first one is the Outlook ribbon and contextual tab. So this was it was first introduced in Office 2007. It was revised in Office 2010, and it's meant to make finding things faster and easier because it groups controls together by functionality and what they call contextual tabs, so that they appear only when you need them. So you're eliminating the need for multiple rows across the top of different toolbars. So depending on what it is that you're doing at that time, whether you're looking at your email or you're sending an email, you're going to see different options along the top, and it's just the stuff that pertains to what it is that you're doing at that particular time. So again, it's meant to save you time from having to look through a bunch of stuff that has no relevance to what it is that you're doing at the time. You can see here on the Outlook ribbon, when you're just in the home, you've got your reply all, forward, your rules, pretty wide variety of things. When you're in your send receive, it changes so that you just see the things that have to do with send receive, folder and so on. And then beyond that, it will continue to do that. Oops, sorry, I went too far there. It'll continue to do that as you switch what it is that you're doing. And this is throughout the Office applications as well. So blind carbon copy, this is one of the questions that we get a lot of times, is kind of, where is it? A lot of people think that it's gone, but it's still there. It's just hidden. So you can use your smart lookup, type BCC, click the BCC field, and it'll add it right back in there. So it's, again, another use for that smart lookup. You're wondering, hey, where did they put something? That's what that's there for. And then you can create a personalized signature for your email messages, and they can include text, they can include images, they can include electronic business cards, logos, even images of your handwritten signature. I know for us, the way that we do it is we've got pictures in ours, but we've also got links to like our company Facebook page, company Twitter page, personal LinkedIn page, and so on. And they look like pictures, but if you click on them, they actually take you right to whatever site it is that we're linking to. So we've really found a lot of use in that, being able to do these personalized signatures. You can see an example of it here. you can have multiple signatures if you want to have signatures for different types of things, or if you're sending personal emails versus business emails, whatever it is, you can create the signatures here. And then when you're on the message, you can have one that it defaults to, like it's showing here on the right. But then if you want to change it, you can just click your signatures button and pick which one it is that you want to add to that particular message, and it'll just automatically flip it for you. So you can also delay or send or schedule email delivery as well. So by default, email messages are sent immediately when you click send. However, you can either delay the sending of a single email message, or you can use rules to delay the delivery of all messages if you want. So if you want them to drop into like kind of a held state for a little bit, give you time to think about, and still time to go back and make changes, and then have it sent after a certain amount of time, you can do that. To delay a message, you can just go to a new email. Again, with that contextual ribbon, it's going to show you all of your options for that email. If you go to options, delay delivery, and then you can set when you want it to actually send out. So again, you can do that on a single email, or you can do that for all emails across the board if you set up a rule for that. Something to help kind of categorize things for you, to make your email a little bit easier to look at, is these color categories. Help you to get organized, adds visibility to your Outlook items so that you can kind of sort and find what it is that you're looking for. And they can be assigned to email messages, or you can assign them to contacts. There's different ways to use them. This is something personally that I should use that I don't, because I'm not terribly organized in my inbox. I just kind of have everything everywhere. But I do know we have other people here at the company that use this extensively, and they find a lot of value in just being able to visualize. You can do it based on who the message is from, subjects, lots of different things to be able to just quickly visualize and organize your inbox. So the ignore conversation or the cleanup conversation feature in Outlook can reduce the number of messages that are in your mail folders. The ignore command moves the whole conversation and then any future messages that arrive in that conversation to the deleted items folder. So we've all had it where we get attached to a email that goes out to 20 people, and then everybody starts replying all, and your inbox just starts to fill up with these messages that you don't care about. You didn't care about the original message. You don't care about all the reply alls. That's where this ignore would come in, is you can just ignore that whole conversation and just have it go away. The cleanup conversation removes redundant messages throughout a conversation to the deleted items folder, and then it only keeps the most recent message that has the whole conversation. So this is a message that you do care about, but you don't care to have 20 reply alls on it. You can use your cleanup conversation. What it'll do is it'll just basically keep the last message or couple of messages that have the whole conversation in them, and then it'll get rid of all of the rest. So just a couple of ways to kind of be able to keep your inbox clean. And one of the questions that we get at times is, what is a conversation? And when we think about it, it's basically an email thread. So a conversation is a complete set of email messages from the first message through all of the responses, and they all have the same subject. So it's, again, that typical somebody sends out an email and reply all type of thing, or just reply back and forth several times, and it's going to become a conversation in Outlook, and you can use that cleanup to just get rid of all of those redundant messages. So the quick parts gallery and auto text, it's reusable content that you can store, and then you can access that again and again. So you can save auto text to the auto text gallery by selecting the text that you want to use and then clicking auto text. And then when you click save selection to auto text gallery, it's going to add it to that gallery so that from now on it's there and available for you. So if there's something that you find that you're sending on a regular basis, or something that you're using in an email on a regular basis, you can do this, and then it'll show it right up here under quick parts. You're able to add it in there under the auto text, and then as you're typing a message and you want to use that, instead of having to type it out or remember exactly how you said it, you're able to just click a couple of buttons and have it automatically put it in to that message for you. So the reading pane and display size, when you click messages, in the message list, there's a preview of the message. A lot of you are probably familiar with that. It's been there for quite a while. And some of the file attachments will show up, but you're able to adjust where you want that reading pane to show up. You can have it show up on the right, like you probably saw in mine when I had mine up. You can have it show up on the bottom, which is kind of the way that people were used to in the older versions of Office, or you can just have it not be there at all. I personally like it. I find that it helps me to be able to kind of get through my email in a much quicker way, because I'm able to just click from email to email and see and read it on the right. I don't have to actually go through the process of double clicking, opening it, reading it, closing it, going to the next one, and so on. So for me, I find having it on to be a big time saver for me. But some people choose to have it on the right, some people choose to have it on the bottom. So it's the availability there to kind of be able to set it up however it is that you'd like to have it set up. So conditional formatting. All right, hold on one second. I got a question here. Can we reorient the split screen sizes so we can see more of the example? It's too small to make out. Okay, so are you seeing right now me and the presentation? Ryan, how do I get rid of me?
I don't think they're seeing you.
I think they are. Or are you seeing the presentation and seeing the two sides of it?
I'm pretty sure they're seeing the screen.
Yes, but you are way too big for the demo. Yeah, I think they're seeing me too. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that.
Go to screen share.
All right, is that better? Okay, apologize for that. This is a new tool for me, so I'm getting used to it. Thank you for interjecting and asking that. I appreciate that. So is there anything you want me to recover now that you can actually see the screen that we're talking about? All right, we'll keep going. If there's anything you want me to go back to, just let me know. Or if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so looking at the conditional formatting, this is a way to make messages meet defined conditions that stand out in the message list by using, you can use colors, you can use fonts, you can use the styles, and you can specify conditions that an incoming message should meet, such as sender's name, email address, and then you can have conditional formatting applied only to those messages. So in the example here, the conditional rule can specify that all messages sent from, let's say, your manager want to appear in red text in the message so that you don't list it or you don't miss it. Where was the auto insert gallery? All right, I'll go right back to that as soon as we're done here. So under the View tab in the current View group, you can select View Settings and then choose Conditional Formatting. And then the unread messages rule will appear, showing the default blue color and font. You can change the font to whatever you want. You can change it to whatever color you want. and then add a new conditional formatting rule. So that's how you would set that up so that you can have, I like the example that they use here where, any message that comes from my manager shows in red so that it pops out. I make sure I don't miss it. Nobody's coming back to me saying, hey, why didn't you do X, Y, or Z? All right, so let's go back then, and Chad had asked a question about the auto gallery, the auto insert gallery. So let me go back. So that's the auto parts gallery. So when you're in a new message, here, what I'm going to do is it might work better here. Let me get it up on mine, and then I'll show you what we're talking about here. For some reason, mine's not coming through here. So when you go to a new message and you go to the insert command, you will have over, towards the right side of the screen, you'll have a quick parts. So you can type whatever it is you want. Here we go. I got mine up now. It might be a little bit easier to see here. So you're on a new message, and traditionally you're going to start at this screen here. Let's just say I was going to send a message to myself here. And I wanted to use my company name. I can go to insert, okay? I can highlight this, go to quick parts, auto text. And then you can see I've already got in here my name, my initials. So if I click that, it's automatically going to change to my initials. Or, again, if I were to come back here, auto text, choose my name, it's going to come through there. Or if I want to add something, I can just highlight it, quick parts, and say save selection. Name it whatever I want. Just say OK. So now if I was typing out an email address, I would just go to quick parts, and there it is. So that's how you would use that, and you can do it for multiple different types of things that you want to be able to add in there. All right, let's go back forward here. All right, so this was first introduced in Outlook 2007. It was revised in 2010, again revised in 2016, which is the email search. So it's in 2016. It's faster, it's more reliable, it's got much better performance. So you can seamlessly search your entire email across whether it's your local computer, you have an on-premise Exchange server, or Office 365, which is what I'm on. And so it's just meant to make it easier to find email, whether you're searching for it by keyword, whether you're searching for it by who sent it to you or who you sent it to. This is something that I use all the time because I don't do a great job of organizing my mailbox. I keep everything, and I've had, since the day I started here 13 years ago, I've still got probably just about every email that was ever sent to me sitting somewhere in either my inbox or my archive mailbox. So being able to quickly search it, and this works across the mobile devices too, which is what I really like. So you're able to quickly be able to find any particular message that you're looking for. You can, for me, a lot of times it's just a matter of, I remember what kind of roughly it was about, or I remember who may have sent it to me, or maybe even just the company that the person was from, or a first name, whatever it is. I'm able to just quickly go to the top of my inbox there and just start typing current mailbox. And then if you click on your search tools, or your search across the top there, the ribbon, it'll actually show you all of your different options. So, one of the, I'll bring mine over here again and kind of show you how it works. So when I click into the search box here, it now gives me the search contextual ribbon and gives me all my different options. So if I click from, it's now going to have me search for from a certain name, or I can say a certain subject, or I can say I want it to show, only if it has an attachment. And this is again where those categories would come in. You can search by stuff that you have categorized to a specific color and just show those items. So this search obviously isn't going to work because I've got too many things in here that don't make sense, but that's how I use the search to regularly be able to just quickly find what it is that I'm looking for. All right. So the quick access toolbar, this is a customizable toolbar that contains a set of commands that are really independent of the tab. So we talked about those contextualized tabs and how they change regardless of where you're at and what it is that you're doing. This is a set of tools, toolbar that you can kind of build to customize for yourself that stays the same regardless of where you are. So you can have you can move the quick access toolbar from one of the two possible locations. You can add buttons that represents the different commands that you would use. You can see in the example they've got here, you've got print, save as, send and receive all folders, update folder, and so on. So you're able to just, anything that you find that you're using on a regular basis, especially if it's something that you're having to search for on a regular basis, once you are used to using it, or you know that it's going to be a regular thing, you're able to just add it into this quick access toolbar. And so you'll see up along the top of your screen there, the little line with an arrow under it, and that's what that is. That's your quick access toolbar. And there's going to be some stuff there by default, but you're able to just quickly add whatever it is that you want in there as well. So again, this is all just meant to make the use of the application easier and to make things a little bit more efficient, to have you spending less time looking for stuff and more time just getting whatever it is done. So, and this has been around since Office 2007, so it's probably something you're used to. And again, this is another thing that's throughout the entire Office suite, which is one of the things that I really like. So printing and Outlook, it's the same whether you're in Mail, Calendar, or any other folders. All print settings and functions are found in the Microsoft Office, what they call the backstage view, which is, this has been around since, I believe it's Office 2010. And you just click the File tab, and then you'll see all of your different options there for your backstage view. And this is where you would find your options. This is where you would find, setting up your Office account for an Office 365 account to tie this in, to make any changes to the email account that's set up, to do the printing, saving, and so on. So when you click print from the backstage view, the preview pane appears automatically, and it helps you to kind of choose the settings and the different options that you want and so on for the different print options. And like I say, there's lots of other options in there as well. What I'll do is I'll bring mine over here again. And so if we click on File on the top right corner here, this is where you get clicked it too many times, the backstage view. So you're able to see your account information. Mine's tied to Office 365, your mailbox size. You can do an open if you want to open different files or export or anything along those lines. Yes, Todd, I am still presenting. Are you unable to hear me? Sorry, I got a question here. Let me drag this out of the view here and see. Is everybody else able to still see and hear? Got one person here that asked if I was still presenting, so I'm assuming that they aren't able to see or hear it. Are you on? Huh?
I'm not.
You're not on it?
No.
Okay.
I accidentally clicked the link.
All right, I'm going to pause here until I get confirmation that people can still hear me. Okay. It looks like people can still hear. Okay. All right. Yeah, Todd, hopefully you're able to still hear. I replied to you there as well. I am still presenting. Looks like everybody else is still on, still able to hear. So we will keep moving on here. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So Outlook 2016 is really meant to help you get more done. It's it allows you to stay more connected, more productive with a clear, unified view of your email, your calendar, your contacts, your task management, and really help you to communicate and stay organized. It's nice because you're able to find a little too much black border for the side. Okay, I'll adjust that in the next one. I appreciate that feedback. But the other thing I really like about Outlook 2016 is it allows you to go beyond the desktop. So you're able to download the Outlook application for your phone, whether it's an iPhone, Android, Microsoft phone, your tablet, again, whether it's an iDevice, an Android device, and so on. And it gives you the same basic look and feel. The Outlook app on my phone feels and looks very similar to what it does on my computer. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different because you're on a smaller platform. It's not going to have the same functionality, but it's still, I'm still able to see my clutter mailbox. I'm still able to see my inbox. I'm still able to search everything. So it really helps me because I tend to be out of the office a bit. So being able to just stay connected with everybody when I'm out of the office, very similar to what it is when I'm in the office, I find to be a very nice feature. I keep hitting the wrong thing here. So it gives you all-in-one calendar management. It works throughout the Office suite to be able to add attachments. Obviously, you can still do stuff like shared calendars. Depending on what platform you're on. If you're in Office 365, you're able to get some more functionality even beyond that with groups and teams, and you can use SharePoint sites that tie into Outlook. So there's a huge amount of different things that you can do with Outlook and with the Office suite altogether, especially when you're on Office 365, because it just kind of helps to bring everything together. So it's something that we use very extensively. Some references for you if you want to look more into whether it's Office 2016, Office 365. You can see the different versions of Office 365 and so on. So I'll leave this up for a minute if you want to take a look at it. And we're getting near the end here. If there's any questions that anybody has, anything that anybody wants to see differently, even any general, whether it's Office 365 or Office questions, feel free to type them in the box there, and I'll do my best to get those answered for you. This entire broadcast will be available on the website.
Yep, and I can send it to you.
Okay, it'll be available on our website, and I've got Ryan behind me here. He can send it to you as well. So yes, Dave, we can get this to you electronically. Outlook is not available for free as a download. It's available for free on a mobile device. Aside from that, you either have to buy it, or really the most cost-effective way to do it is to buy Office 365. You can get into Office 365 depending on what package you want and what you want included in everything for under $15 a month for a user, and that would give you the full Office suite as well as the the email hosting, SharePoint, Skype for Business, and many other tools as well. So if you don't have Outlook today and it's something that you're interested in, that's the way I would recommend. In fact, for a personal Office 365 account, it's even cheaper than that. I think it's like $8 or $9 a user a month, and then that gives you storage space in the cloud as well. All right, TJ asked, can you go over how, again, to set up your inbox so you don't have to double click to view an email? Yes, I can. So what I'll do is I will bring my inbox over. All right, so you can see right now the way mine is set up is I've got my list of emails in the middle. On the left, I've got my list of folders. On the right is the actual email itself. So I just am able to click through and read the emails. So what this is your reading pane. So one of the quick and easy ways to get to do this is to go to that Tell Me box up here at the top, or you can do it under View as well. But we'll do Tell Me and just start typing reading. There's your reading pane, and then you've got your right bottom off. So if you don't have this today, this is probably what your inbox looks like today. So if you click on View or do the Tell Me, or you can click on View here, go to Reading pane, and you can either put it on the bottom or, like I like it, on the right-hand side. And then you don't have to open up each one. You can just click through one at a time and read them. So does that answer your question? All right, cool. All right, well, do we have any other questions? Any, like you say, it can be, doesn't even have to be just related to Outlook, anything related to Office 365, Office in general. All right, if not, then email question on Yahoo. Go for it. I'll do my best to answer it, but I can't promise. But Jack has an email question on Yahoo. Let me hear it. Yeah, that is a regular complaint. He's saying they take up, that with your Yahoo email, they take up a lot of real estate on screen with annoying ads. Any way to overcome that? That is a regular complaint that we hear about Yahoo, and really that's with just about any of the free email services that are out there. That's effectively how they make their money, is by doing those ads. So is there a way to overcome that? Probably not, as long as you're using a free service. Now, I will say, I believe you can still set up a free account at what used to be Hotmail. I think now it's Outlook.com. And that, from what I've seen, does not have nearly as many ads. I know that's what my wife uses, and so I'm in there every so often. And it looks very much like Outlook does. In fact, it is just basically a web-based version of Outlook. So it's a little less functionality than some of the stuff we've gone through, but still contains a bit of it. And that's still a free one out there that won't give you a lot of those ads, and will probably give you a little bit more functionality as well. As far as with Yahoo themselves, I am not aware of a way to get rid of those ads. It doesn't mean that there isn't a way, but I personally, I've got a Yahoo account that I use primarily for fantasy football, but every so often I'll jump in there and check my email that's in there, and I've noticed the same thing. All right, any other questions? All right, well, if not, then we will say thank you from the team here at Vision Computer Solutions. Appreciate you guys taking the time to spend with us this afternoon. I hope that you got something valuable out of this. Please, if you have any feedback, I appreciate the feedback that you gave us throughout the presentation here. I'll work on those black bars on the side to make the presentation itself a little bit bigger. But if you come up with anything else that you think we can do to improve the time, we know that we're taking some valuable time here, we certainly appreciate it. And Jack, I appreciate it, and we will be sure to do this again. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everybody.